Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Windows Vista. Well, this is a modern day nightmare. After creating my user profile, after installing Windows Vista and stuff, it went into a performance assessment thing, which took 20 to 30 minutes, give or take, and it got stuck 100% CPU usage and it wasn't going anywhere anymore. So I had to restart. And after I restarted, everything worked well, like 1080p and, you know, at first glance, everything's okay. You can see it's a beautiful Windows Vista desktop with this very current design language. Because if you look at Windows Vista now, this desktop environment doesn't look out of place in 2021, other than the clock and the tools at the very far right of the screen. Everything else looks in place, sort of. The icon design, everything is just very current in a sense. The design language doesn't really look that dated. It doesn't look 2006, other than the gadgets, because that the thing's cursed. But generally, if you look at everything else, it just looks very decent. Well, let's say we want to check the computer performance. Oh, we can't. It doesn't let us. Look at that. It's completely broken. Control panel, perhaps? No, doesn't let us do anything in that regard. You click, it vanishes just like that. Well, perhaps we could go on my documents. Wow, that works. Look at that arrow working just fine. There's move. Great, brilliant. Which was not something quite possible back in 2006 with the 128 megabyte VRAM graphics cards people had, and like 2 gigabytes of RAM and a single core processor. We kind of go on a little overkill here, which I'm going to show you just in a bit. If we manage to open, oh, there you go. So as you can see, we're running a Ryzen 3700X, 16 gigabytes of RAM for this specific machine. So it's a little too much for Windows Vista, and perhaps that's why it's misbehaving. If we cut down the RAM, maybe the core count, it could eventually work a little bit better. But as it is right now, it is just all over the place. I've never seen anything so bad before. But yeah, the fact that we cannot even go on the computer to check performance is kind of weird. We cannot customize anything. If you click on look at that. Doesn't really do anything. And personalize your system? I'll guess you can. What we can do, we can check WinVer like that. You can see it's the RTM build 6.0. It's the first build Vista first Vista build that got out, like the gold build, when they finally finished everything. Hey, that's ready for shipment, so let's send that to the manufacturers. That's basically what it is. And as you can tell, it's very broken on current gen hardware, which is expected, I guess, at this point. So does Windows Media Player work? All custom settings. Let's go with express settings, whatever. See if that works. Oh, look at that. It's working. Transparency, very nice as well. I love that. Look at that transparency. I love that. Oh, it found my TV. It actually found my TV. That's amazing. Okay. Now that's something that I didn't see coming. It actually found my TV, my smart TV, which is definitely not from 2006. So that's cool. Oh my God, that's very sluggish. Yeah. But yeah, I dig the design language. Honestly, if you look at this Windows Media Player, it doesn't really look that much out of date. Now in 2021, the whole thing just doesn't look out of place at all. I like it. I dig it more than Windows 10's design language generally. See, do we have anything else that works? Perhaps Notepad? Does it work? Oh, we have Notepad. Look at that. Nice. Notepad works. So there's another thing that we can use on Windows Vista in 2021 on current gen hardware, modern stuff. So perhaps calendar. Oh yeah, it does work. Look at that design language. I love it. Windows Vista was so consistent with their design language compared to Windows 10 now. I would say even more consistent than Windows 7. Like visually, Windows Vista was a masterpiece. Performance-wise, I cannot really say the same, honestly. It's a little bit cursed. I mean, with 16 cores, 8 cores, 16 threads, and 16 gigabytes of RAM, and proper graphical acceleration, it's still not really the fastest thing in the universe, but it's usable. I would say here's Windows Movie Maker, also very decent design language. Windows Movie Maker 6.0, brilliant. It works. But control panel still nowhere to be found. I wonder what the hell happened here. Perhaps if I could manually disable arrow, that could fix it. I'm just assuming. Like there might be a prompt command here that we can put in that disables arrow, which I don't really know from the top of my head, but I'm sure there is something that might fix that. And eventually, you know, get access to the control panel, which would be very important. I mean, you want to be able to use the system. At this point, it's just not usable at all. Understandably so. I mean, it's a very old build. It hasn't been updated at all. This is the first, this is literally the first build that went to the manufacturer. So it has no updates whatsoever. It's not compatible with actual stuff. And, you know, perhaps 8 cores was too much. I mean, it was too much. We were just getting into multi-core back in 2006. The first dual core processors came out in 2006. So it was a very new venture, and then we show up with like 8 cores. Take that Windows Vista, do what you can with that much. Figure out what you do. And also take 16 gigabytes of RAM, even though, you know, back in the day you were used to what, 3 gigabytes stops, 4, 8? Who knows? A little too much. Can we play any games? No, there's just a game as Explorer here. Not really. Performance information, does that work? No, it does not work. We cannot assess performance. I assume that broke because I shut down during the performance assessment because it got stuck at 100% CPU usage. So I assume that has a little bit to do with that. And I ended up with a completely broken system, which is kind of fun. So it partially works, you know, and it partially doesn't work. It's a 50-50. It's like some stuff just works, but the important stuff doesn't really work, so you can't really do that much with the system. But yeah, spring up the task manager and see how's the usage. So task manager performance, look at that. It kind of reads all the CPUs and stuff, 1%, so it's definitely not any sort of hardware struggle here. RAM is at 158 gigabyte. Pretty decent idle, basically Linux idle figures nowadays. Not bad at all. We have a 32 gigabyte page file. God damn. Gosh dang it, it's a lot. But yeah, that's by far the most broken state I've ever found Windows Vista to be at. Like, this is awful. Barely usable. I'm surprised that some stuff still work. Like, welcome center? No, you're not welcome to Windows because it doesn't work. So let's assume you're new to the whole thing and you want to, you know, get used to the system, learn what does what, where do you click. Nah, you don't have that. You're not welcome into Windows Vista anymore. This is a cursed land. You do not step, you shall not pass into Vista land, because this is what happens. And perhaps this works? No, doesn't really work. No. Photo gallery, select pictures. It doesn't work. It simply does not work. Movie Maker works, Media Player works, Internet Explorer works to an extent. It does complain a lot about certificates because then again, it's a very early patch, understandably so. So it's not really gonna work with everything, but well, that's about it, I guess. It's as much as we can do with the system. Basically, Windows Defender. Can we use that? Oh, we can. Defender works. Nice. So we cannot get ransomware. Or can we? I don't know. Windows Mail. Can we use that? Oh, look, it loads. One of the things that actually functions. Kind of. Nice. John Doe. Next. John Doe. Table.com. Pop. Oh, never mind. That has to. Oh, the sounds are broken as well, as you can tell. So Windows Mail, perhaps a sort of Outlook, like a cheap ass Outlook if you don't want to buy Microsoft Office. Oh, we have more gadgets. Let's see, what can we add? Oh my god, CPU meter. Look at that. How do we add that? Oh, look. 1% usage, 10% RAM usage. Currency, we can have currencies. Oh yeah, let's look at that. Not available. And it's a credit card. Interesting. Weather. Oh, let's look at weather. Not available. Nice. Slideshow. Can we have a picture slideshow here? Yeah, let's look at kids. Yeah, it's just landscape. Okay. Notes. Oh, we can add notes. Can we actually? Hi. Remember to drink. Oh, that was awful. Water. Nice. Then we can have a calendar so we can know what day of the year it. That's about right. Okay, I do like the design language of the calendar. Honestly, it looks recurrent. I would dig down on my Windows 10, like slap down the desktop. Amazing. Well, oh Lord, look! I didn't know you can actually drag it off this part, so you can actually have it all over the desktop. Like you just uh let your mind go wild and just place things all over the desktop. Oh my God, this is brilliant. Windows 10. Why is it not on Windows 10? I want to do that. Look at that. Can I make it bigger? No. Not really, I assume. Look at that! This is wonderful. Perfect. I mean, look at this and tell me this is not top-notch design language. Windows 11, take notes. Like, it must be like, it has to be like Windows Vista, but running decently and with a working control panel and working computer performance settings. But, wow, this is just about great. So yeah. That's it for this video. This was basically a showcase of Windows 6.0 RTM and how nightmarish it can be to run on modern hardware. It was a really, really weird experience. Would I do that again? Most likely not. But yeah, that was very cursed. So yeah, y'all have a great one. Comment sections right down below. Feedback's much, much appreciated. So don't be shy. Voice your opinions. I would love that. So bye bye everyone. See you on the next first video.